Good morning, esteemed viewers and followers. This is Fine TV Gambia, your only viewpoint. And today we are here in Brikama, the UTG campus, to witness the nationwide tour organized by the EDUSA students. This is a tour. That is expected to last for almost 6 days. From now today's Monday up to Sunday. And then here you see students preparing. For the tour, wherein they are going to start from the Greater Banjul area and then move into North Bank down to CRR and to URR, and then they'll be back to the combos. So this event is expected, tour is expected to last for almost a week. And then students are prepared, as you can see. All dressed in their white T-shirts, and they are preparing. To take the adventures. To the product of the country. So meanwhile, we'll get some of their members. To ask them. The reason behind this particular. Tour. That is taking place today. So first we'll have this man here. Gentleman, could you tell us your full name, please?
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm Lamin Sana. I'm the Information and Communication Minister for the Education Student Association, that is EDUSA.
Okay, Mr. Sane, why are you taking up this journey for almost a week?
Yeah. Thank you very much. It is very important when it comes to EDUSA, that is Education Student Association. This is one of the activities that we embark on. Whenever a new executive comes, to office, they always embark on this journey to visit schools around the country to make sure we actually sound to them impressive thoughts about education, about furthering their education, because we believe those at the schools are the future leaders of tomorrow, which means they need to be actually engaged into educational stuffs in order to get the country to another level that we always envisage. So this is why we are always embarking on such, because we have very important teams this time around to speak to them about. That is technical vocational educational training, which is TVET. So we want to tell them about the importance of technical education, the fact that they have to actually do a lot when it comes to the technical education so that the country can actually improve. Because we have other countries that are also seriously engaged in this, and we have seen the progress that they have made. So that is why this journey is actually coming up, and then it is not the first time we are actually embarking on this, but this is a tradition, an activity that is always undertaken in the School of Education at the University of the Gambia.
So, Mr. Sane, being the IPRO, or being the Communication Minister, Mr. Sane, how are you able to put things together to make sure you embark on this journey as an executive?
Yeah. It's not an easy thing, actually. We had a long way, to actually plan for it. We planned a lot for it, and then we actually mobilized resources. We spoke to different stakeholders. We communicated them, spoke to them about our zeals and then enthusiasm of taking on this trip. And then we also showed them the importance of the trip. We showed them that the team is something that is connected to national development, because we believe TVET is something that if the country really embarks on it, we'll have progress at the end. So we believe it is very much paramount for them to support us in whatever way they can, so that we can actually get this particular message across to the students. So this is what we did. We went to different ministries, we went to different departments. We also visited some philanthropists. We spoke to them about our intentions of embarking on the trip, and then some of them actually supported us, and we also spoke to students. We charged them, we charged ourselves, and then gathered the little tokens that we are able to gather from there. It was not an easy preparation, actually. It had we actually undertook lots of hurdles, and then but successfully we were able to get some resources to actually embark on it, and also the human resources, that is ourselves. We communicated to schools also that we are to visit, that we are visiting them on a particular date and on a particular time, that they should actually prepare for us, so that when we come, we are able to speak to the students. We also want to engage the parents, because the students alone cannot actually get the message and then put into practice, but the parents have to support them. So we are also engaging the parents and everybody that is involved in national development.
Okay, so Mr. Sane, who are your targets? This nationwide tour. Are you targeting, parents, or most importantly, the students in the various schools?
Yeah, most importantly, we are targeting the students. Yeah, they are the prime targets, in this thing. That is why we are visiting schools. So in schools, although we have different personnel in the school, but the main targets or the main personnel in the school is the students. They are the reason for the school to be. So, but we will speak to the parents, because the parent teachers associations also contacted so that they can bring up the parents, so that we'll have a particular team for them that we want to speak to. But the main targets are the students, because if they get the message, perhaps before they reach certain level that we are at the moment, that is at the university, they'll be able to have the message at the back of their mind, and once exactly they can prepare well for the practice. That is when they actually get the resources and the human development. They can also practice the message that has been put across to them.
Okay, Mr. Sane, how many schools, is expected for you guys to cover with your tour nationwide?
Yeah. Usually, we targeted lots of schools. Initially, we targeted over it's more than 10 schools actually. I can say more than 15 schools initially, but then due to certain one thing or the other, we could not actually meet all those schools that we targeted. But yet still, we have lots of schools that are actually going to be visited. We already have them in our plans. We'll start in the Combos here. We'll go to St. Peter's, we'll go to Gambia High, and then from there you cross the ferry. We take the ferry to cross over to the North Bank region, and then we also want to traverse the length and breadth of this Trans-Gambian highway, up to Basse, URL, everywhere actually. But then we have lots of schools at the moment. I may not tell you the exact number, but then we have lots of schools to visit. We are not leaving any school, especially the main schools that are very much involved into Tibet. Those schools are going to be visited.
Okay, finally, Mr. Sane, what message or what is your expectation over your 1 week tour? That you call, the nationwide tour. What is your expectation?
Yeah, the expectation is high. We expect to visit the schools, and we expect to put our message across to the students, and we expect them to actually hit to the messages that we are going to put across to them, because that is the main thing. Once we speak to them, we want them to actually adhere to what we say. Once they are able to adhere to what we say, then we will actually be a proud citizen and proud disseminators of the information. So that is our target. We want to actually visit all the schools that we have in our list, and also we want to visit them at the right time, and we want to put our message across to them, and we want our message to actually be heard by them. And that is actually something that we are expecting. And we are also expecting to meet the parents, as I said before. And once we meet them, we are expecting to have a cordial relationship with them, and we are expecting to have our message delivered with ease, without having any hustle, without having to undergo any trouble also. Yeah, that is what we are actually expecting.
Thank you, and I wish you safe journey.
Thank you very much.
Yes, viewers, just to remind you, Edusa is on a nationwide tour, commencing today and will last on Sunday. So, just to remind, like they mentioned, they are targeting students in various schools from the Greater Banjul area, North Bank, and then you have CRR, and back to, to the Combos, and also LRR. So, we are going to, talk to the vice president of the club to see also, or the association, what is that preparation. Sir, could you tell us your full name, please?
Good afternoon. I am Yunus Ambai, the vice president and the chairman of this nationwide tour. Yes.
Mr. Ambai, what is the reason behind you, taking up this adventure for a nationwide tour?
Yes, it is a traditional routine nationwide tour that we normally embark on. The Education Student Association, we normally do this every year. Every council that comes normally embark on a nationwide tour under the pretext of meeting schools, that is meeting the students, the parents and teachers, to support the Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education and Ministry of Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology, as well as the University of the Gambia School of Education, to promote issues of education. This year we have a major team which is promoting Tibet education for national development. That is our main team. The Tibet education, technical and vocational education training. It is a program that was brought under the Ministry of Education, and we as young teachers, we are there to support the agenda to make sure that it reaches out.
So, Mr. Mbai, what important do you think this tour will have to the students?
Yeah, the students are given an opportunity. They are given an opportunity to speak to us, people who had already been students in the senior secondary school and as university students. Some of us are exposed teachers. Some of us are really seasoned teachers. So students meeting us will be given the opportunity to get first-hand information about education or the importance of education. particularly the importance of Tibet education and both girls and young children attending education in this country. We know that the schools cannot do that alone, parents cannot do that alone, their teachers cannot do that alone. So we are also serving as stakeholders in the promotion of quality education in the country. I know students will get first-hand information on how to apply to the University of the Gambia, on how to apply to other institutions or promote their tertiary education. We also inform them about the values of education as well as the importance of Tibet education, it is the main theme of the nationwide tour 2023. Yeah.
Okay. We realize that your target is to meet the students. How many schools is expected for you guys to cover for this tour?
Okay, we are meeting about 19 schools, upper and senior secondary schools. But basically, we are going across all regions in this country. We're starting from maybe Combo here, then we'll be going to region 3, then region 5, region 6, region 4, region 2, then finish. Basically, we are meeting all the schools in the, that we can in the region. So we are also aware of the fact that schools are on exams and it is very hectic to meet all the students. Yet we also know that certain administrations find it very difficult to give us the time that we need. That's why we chose schools based on the fact that we can meet them. Certain schools are there, they are very far. We just sacrifice to meet them, but they are very far from here. We are going as far as Patoto, meeting students. There are, as I said earlier on, we are meeting about 19 schools involved in this nationwide tour 2023.
Mr. Mayor, being the vice president, what impact do you think this will have, and what message do you have to send to your colleagues?
Yes, as the vice president of this association, I am very much elated to be witnessed in this nationwide tour. It's a very important activity in our EDUSA activity plan. The nationwide tour normally is conducted by vibrant councils. If a council is not strong, cannot organize a nationwide tour. It's one of the key aspects of our association because we meet students. These students can be grade 12 students who will be coming to the university or college. So meeting them, motivating them on education, they get motivated. Some of them apply. Some of us are here. We came to the university as a result of this nationwide tour. When you meet different students from the university telling us the importance of tertiary, you get the inspiration from them. It's called a gradual calling from many people, So for my colleagues who are here, those who could not come, I wish them all the best. Next time, let them try and make sure that they attend it. And if they can attend it again, if they are part of us going, let them know that they are trying to set history and they are trying to make the best use of their time in this summer holidays. The relevance of this nationwide tour cannot be overemphasized. So I will not like to burden you more on it. But as far as we are concerned, I know we will be together there. We'll get more information you wish. Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
You are welcome.
And I wish you safe journey.
Thank you too.
Yes, good morning, madam.
Morning.
Could you tell us your full name?
Winter Soul.
Winter Soul. Are you a member of EDUSA and then you are moving for this tour? How important do you think this tour is to you guys and to other people who you are going to meet?
Yeah, okay. The tour is very important. I am a member at the same time. I am the Deputy Welfare Minister. Like, it's very important because, like, if you look at the theme of the tour, it's trying to at least bring development to the country, particularly on the education. Like, the team is talking about those who are there. Like, there are certain people in the provinces, they don't know the value of education. As far as, like, some of us, when we were there after doing PTC, they think that's all. So you want to go there to advocate for them to come to the university or college for the education. Likewise, the grade 12, those who graduate and the drops out, for them to, if you are not good in education, you can be good in skill work. So all this one is part of our team. At least to talk to them, motivate them to at least engage in either formal education or skill work.
So being the deputy of welfare. So how impactful do you think your message will be to the students who you are going to meet?
Of course, it will be impactful because, like, most of the time, you say they see youngs as somebody whom you know that those who inspire them. Like, so we are here talking to them like my fellow ladies. We see that if my fellow ladies doing it, why not? I will able to do. So it's a sign of like motivating and giving them. So this is why at least we try to be there.
So finally, what message will you have to send to your colleagues who are going for the tour, and also to any other person who is watching Fine TV Gambia right now? What message do you have for them?
The message is that those of us who are going, we are praying that to go in peace and come back in peace. That is, and the other thing also to let us go and send our message to remove got the results. And like Fine TV and my viewers also, like we are telling them, we the students of the university, special education students, we are there to advocate. We are there to contribute to the development of the national through education, through this one motivation, through talking to some of our youths. So this is what message we have for them.
Thank you.
You're
And
welcome.
I wish you safe journey.
Thank you.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. How are you?
I am fine. Could you tell us your full name, please?
I'm Yaya Bojang, the Secretary General of Education Student Association.
Okay, Mr. SG, we realize that the education students are moving on excursion, or let me say, for a nationwide tour. So, how important do you think this nationwide tour is to, you guys?
The tour is important. Looking at the team itself, selecting Tibet out of all the teams is a very important event. We are going for a Tibet sensitization and also promoting Tibet education for a better education system. So that is why we select a day like this so that we can reach out to schools, especially underprivileged students who are out there who don't understand what Tibet is. Tibet is something that has been happening, but just due to name changing and familiarity with the name. So that's why we are there to make them understand that Tibet is something that we have been doing. Our forefathers have been doing, our mothers have been doing it. But then we want to formalize it so that in the education system, people believe that it is part of our development. Without skills and vocation, we will not develop. So that is why we are going outside to make students understand that this is something that we need to do. It is not people who are not intelligent who do it. Normally, we believe that this skills education is for dropouts, for laggards. Yeah. Exactly. But now we want to change that mindset. That is why we are going out there to meet the teachers, that is stakeholders of all education, the teachers, the parents, and the students, at least to make them understand about Tibet and also to take it as a course, to feel that we have to do it. It is part of us. If we want to develop from the grassroots level, we have to empower Tibet. That is why we are going out to do that.
Being the SG, what are some of the challenges that you face? Before taking up this hectic journey.
Yeah, normally a tour like this is very expensive. It's costly. Before we embark on a tour like this, we seek for support. We have been reaching out to department institutions, especially our parent departments, MOPSE, MOHAS, and other institutions. If you have been following EDU's activities, we have been going around for a courtesy visit. All of that was geared towards the nationwide tour. So you can see how important it is. It is challenging in the sense that before you have support, it is very difficult. And this is a journey of 1 week. You know how difficult it is to go outside where you don't know and you are expected to sleep there. So it is all difficult. But what is more difficult is getting the support. It is not easy to get support nowadays to embark on a nationwide tour like this.
Okay, Mr. SG, finally, what is your expectation over this journey?
Yeah, we expect a thrilling experience. It is an experience. It can be either good or bad, but we are expecting an impactful experience. That is to go outside there to impact people, to inspire them, to motivate them about Tibet. So we believe that it will be a very thrilling experience for the council and the association at large.
Thank you, SG.
You are welcome.
I wish you a safe journey.
You are welcome. Thank you so much.
Good morning.
Morning.
Could you tell us your full name?
My name is Alassane Ba, the president of the Education Student Association, EDUSA.
Mr. President, how important do you think, this nationwide tour is to you and to any other person who is embark on it?
Yes, I think the nationwide tour importance is something that is known to everybody. Noting that, the emerging education system like the Tibet education and the CBC, that the Ministry of Education will want to introduce as a way of teaching students in the school to make sure that it aligns the development aspirations of the country. This tour is very important because centrally we are going to talk about Tibet education, which is a very burning issue in the Ministry of Education and as well as the CBC, which talks about the competency-based curriculum. So as teachers who are supposed to go back to the field after completing our degrees, I think it's very important that we go on this advocacy. We help the Ministry of Education in making sure that this idea of Tibet education and the CBC will reach the grassroots level.
So, Mr. President, being the president, what are some of the challenges that you face before today embarking on this journey today?
Yes, I know organizing a nationwide tour is not important because before you mobilize the resources and as well as inject the idea in the minds of the students to make sure that they believe in the idea and come on board is very difficult because this is something that you have to make sure that you convince people. Your partners, you have to convince them about the team. If they are not convinced by the team, they cannot support you in your endeavor. So therefore, it was a challenge for us because how we started it is making sure that we go and have courtesy call with our partners on round table discussion. We discuss with them about the nationwide tour and what is the team that is going to be, discussed about the nationwide tour, which involve the Tibet Education and the CBC. And knowing the Ministry of Education is a stakeholder in this, they appreciated that and they definitely supported us in this. And we definitely appreciate them. And we appreciate all the other partners like the GAFT and, NYC and many other partners, GTU, who have supported us in this endeavor. It is not easy at all because mobilizing the resources is one thing and also making people to believe in the idea is also another thing.
Mr. President, finally, what message will you have to send to your people, being the president, and then to any other person who is embarking on this journey? What's the expectation? Finally, what message do you have for them?
Yes, the expectation is, as I said, that if we go outside there, the purpose of the tour must not be defeated. We have to be aligned or we have to be connected to the theme of the tour. And that is making sure that Tibet education is promoted and the competency-based curriculum is something that is understood by teachers. I'm expecting every Torah here to make sure that, they conform to the rules that are set for the tour and make sure the objective that is set for the tour also is achieved. So that is my message to everybody.
Thank you very well, Mr. President, and then I wish you a safe journey.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you. Viewers, just to remind you, this is Fine TV Gambia, your only viewpoint. Like I mentioned, today marks the beginning of EDUSA's nationwide tour, and I'll be there, for giving you live coverage, starting from the Greater Banjul area down to the provincial Gambia. So stay connected as we show you how the tour unfolds here in the Gambia. And just to remind you, it is the Education Students Association, EDUSA, of University of the Gambia, who are embarking on a nationwide tour. Thank you. And